Mother's Day to you, Maria.
Thank you very
to all
much.
the moms out there. I'm Jackie Orozco.
And I'm Phil Kelly. You are a cat mom. It counts kind of the same.
There are a lot of pet parents, yes.
Who would take care of Mr. Whiskers, right?
Snickers.
Snickers.
They're actually giving these out. So the red one means if you know anyone who's been hurt while riding on a bike, and the black one is if you know anybody who's been killed or just a ride in solidarity with everyone. For now, reporting live here in downtown Columbus, Jackie Orozco, ABC 6 News.
The search for a suspected cop killer in Indiana has come to a deadly end. Police say it happened at an apartment complex where the suspect barricaded himself inside a home. The chief says he started shooting at approaching officers, killing one of them.
Right, the success of Avengers Infinity War, which I haven't seen yet.
You're going to see it today, right?
I hope so.
All right, finally, she's going to join the bandwagon. CNN's Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This, and don't worry, no spoiler alerts.
Good.
Yeah, it was actually a high school guidance counselor right here in Afish Centric that sounded the alarms because grades went from this, then to this. And now more than a dozen students are in deep trouble.
Welcome back. It's been a few years, but we are once again feeling pain at the pump in Central Ohio. Gas prices are nearing $3 a gallon at most stations in Columbus. But there is a trick to save a couple extra bucks, and it comes down to what day of the week you fill up. He does smell the tacos
I
over
know,
here.
that's because we are heating things up in the Good Day Columbus kitchen.
That's right. We are joined by Cesar Bravo, owner and chef of Events by Cesar Bravo, and Lair Marin Marcum. And you both are part of the Hispanic Chamber of Columbus. So thank you so much and welcome. And we have so much deliciousness to talk about. So
we certainly do.
So what are we going to start with first, Cesar?
Well, today's Cinco.
This white spray-painted bike is known as a ghost bike. It represents all the riders who have been killed out on the roads. There are also several ghost bikes around town telling people about the ride of silence.
14 people die a day in Ohio from the opioid crisis. Many people who overdose and survive have a legitimate prescription for opioids.
Governor Kay.
Imagine traveling for a business trip and having your passport taken by coworkers before being put on display for company clients. That's what allegedly happened to dozens of NFL cheerleaders. This Mother's Day, why don't you give mom something she'll love, something you've created with your own hands?
That's right. It's a big weekend.
That's
so
why
much
we're wearing
going
pink.
on. Yeah.
That's right.
Love your pink tie.
Thank you very much. The folks down at the Race for the Cure, they are.
Right, these are the court documents right here, 14 pages, and they detail how Brian Goldsby broke dozens of rules while in prison before the Tokes murder. He was so violent, he was considered high risk. The president is taking a look at the damage left behind in Havana after. That's when you call the cops if a kangaroo's chasing you, not
Yeah,
that pig.
pigs or not. I'm not worried about that.
But he
right?
did look
But
a
a
little scared.
kangaroo, that can,
I'm a little concerned.
He could kick you.
that's right. Boxing.
Or put you in your pouch.
Are you? It'd be kind of fun to ride around. Take me home.
President Trump says he wants to lower prescription drug prices. He claims it will promote competition, get generic drugs to market faster, and much more. The plan is right now, a lot of cyclists are gathering right here at City Hall. They're going to be riding with these signs talking about the ride of silence. And we've been following some breaking news all morning long. One person is dead and another injured after an early morning shooting in Columbus. I want to say happy Mother's Day to you, Maria. She is the
very
mom
much.
of the group. And Good Day Columbus, we did bring you a little something, something. So if we could bring
Here it comes.
There you go. Yay.
Isn't that nice?
so sweet.
Yeah, so happy Mother's Day. There you go.
You guys just wanted food, right?
Well, basically.
Understanding mental illness can be difficult, even for some doctors. Nationwide Children's Hospital is marking a new milestone in treating it. They placed the last metal beam in what will be the largest treatment center for children and teens in the country. I learned about just how important this building will be.
Phenomenal executive leadership team from Big Lots.
Take a close look.
It may not feel like it now, but you are worth so much more.
Messages of hope and courage.
The courage to stand tall, the ability to pay it forward.
Written on this beam.
These convey the sentiments of people offering support for the children and adolescents who are going to receive care in this new building.
3, 2, 1. The last metal beam finally in place, completing the framework of Nationwide Children's Hospital's new building, the Big Lots Behavioral Health Pavilion.
There's no shame in struggling with these problems.
Dr. David Axelson is the Behavioral Health Medical Director. He says the need to address mental illness is at an all-time high.
We're having growing rates of kids with depression who die from suicide, increased rates of autism and other disorders.
He says 1 in 5 children live with a serious mental illness, and only half get the treatment they need.
There's stigma surrounding it.
But bringing it in the spotlight may help change that.
For maintaining mental well-being.
We're going to have a psychiatric crisis center to help kids in crisis.
Especially when there's a $158 million facility in the works.
We're going to have inpatient beds to help kids who are really struggling.
This is how it's going to look when it's finished. From treatment to research, all under one roof.
It just helps destigmatize the dialogue in our community and across the country about talking about children and adolescents with behavioral health problems.
And that building will open up in 2020.
On the ground! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! On the ground!
An intense scene right outside the library in the Hilltop area.
As he come, it was like my leg made the choice for me when he got to me, basically. It was like a reflex instead of more of a reflex than a decision.
Police say that decision may have saved the suspect's life.
You're lucky you dropped that gun, man. Boy, you almost got shot. Let's lock those cuffs. I almost squeezed the trigger, man. I did too.
Bill, the Good Samaritan, didn't want to show his face, but wanted to share his story. You wouldn't know it in the video, but he's actually disabled.
Did you see the way I moved out of the way after I tripped him?
He gets around with a cane because of his bad back.
That was all adrenaline. That 100% adrenaline.
On April 3rd, he took his granddaughter to the library. As a 54-year-old vet waited for her, he literally steps in to help police.
Oh, I don't think I did anything heroic. I was just trying to help.
Police are just now releasing this video as a learning lesson.
God! God! Get on the ground!
I watch it, and I don't know how an officer-involved shooting did not occur that day.
Commander Scott Hyland was there when everything went down.
We don't know whose life was potentially saved in that moment. Could have been one of my officers. Could have been that young man's life.
That young man the cops were chasing is this guy, 19-year-old Deshaun Briggs. He has a long rap sheet that includes assault and carrying a concealed weapon. He posted bond after this arrest, but got arrested again, according to court records. Bill says if people want to see a better, safer community, sometimes you got to put your foot down.
Yeah, let the cops do their job. Don't get in their way while they're trying to do the job. But if you're in a position where you can help them out.
Good advice there, so thank you for that. Now the Cavs look to take an even bigger series lead tonight on ABC6. Who the players are thanking for their first 2 wins will be back. After fighting a rare kidney disease for more than a year, a 10-year-old girl found a perfect donor match at her school. Take a look.
Hello, how are you?
Alana Brown can't help but tear up when she talks to 4th grade teacher Tanya Thomas.
My superhero, this is our angel.
The Slate Ridge Elementary School teacher is donating her kidney to Brown's 10-year-old daughter, Ava.
My baby has a chance, and she doesn't have to be connected to a machine 10 hours a day.
Ava's mom says she was perfectly healthy last year until all of a sudden her kidney started failing.
They ran tests, and it came back that she had 4% kidney function.
The family tried to put off a transplant, but things were getting worse.
Hair loss and tired and crying and in pain and vomiting and nausea.
And fast.
But I was devastated. I tried to put on a brave face for her, but I can't explain what it feels like when you think you're going to lose your child.
Brown says no one in their family had the perfect kidney for Ava, and when things seemed to hit rock bottom,
I am financially devastated. I had to clear out my savings, my 401k, my credit cards.
A friend posted their struggles on Facebook.
I had read the Facebook post through my colleague.
I didn't know that she was a teacher here.
And get this, she's not even Ava's teacher.
I just felt like if I'm blessed with this good health, we need to just take that step.
After a few tests, a perfect match.
We will be transplant sisters, and so that's very exciting. She's got a long life ahead of her.
She says, Mom, I'm going to have a teacher's DNA. I'm going to have to be a good teacher someday.
Ava couldn't talk with us in person, but sent us this cell phone video. She wants everyone to know how special Mrs. Thomas is to her.
I felt really excited because she's going to save my life, and I don't have to be sick anymore, and I get to go swimming because I'm not able to go swimming. And I think she's a good person.
Their surgery is scheduled for May 30th at Nationwide Children's Hospital.
Four more officers' names are now etched to this permanent memorial after they were killed in the line of duty, and two of them are right here from Central Ohio. Flashing blue lights, saluting. And remember those who have served and protected us.
Those who responded along with their families knew the risks.
No longer with us. For more than 3 decades, the state of Ohio started this tradition.
That Ohioans have come together to commemorate the peace officers in our state who have lost their lives in the line of duty.
Nearly 800 police officers' names are on this wall. Lancaster Patrolman Marvin Scott Moyer is now here.
Yes, it's an honor that he's there, mainly because it's everlasting.
Kirkersville Police Chief Stephen Eric Desario is also among the fallen. The Fayette County Sheriff says he personally knew him.
Eric was kind of stood out.
Not even a month in his job when Desario was killed last May.
He chose the profession, did not choose to die this way. But I think we all realize that this is a risk that every peace officer in the United States is taking.
Families took sketches of their loved ones' names on the wall, like Pat Leo.
Justin been shot.
Her son Justin was killed while responding to a domestic call in Girard in the Youngstown area. He's one of the 4 officers' names on the memorial wall.
Justin, when he would put on his badge, he was just so proud of that. That meant so much to him.
Cleveland officer David Fea's name is also honored this year, along with K9 Dino. And as another year goes by, families hope no more officers will be added to this wall.
And it can happen at any moment. It can happen when you very least expect it.
But sometimes when duty calls, tragedy strikes. Next year's ceremony, Westerville police officers Anthony Morelli and Eric Joring will be honored and placed on this wall too. In London, Jackie Orozco, ABC 6 News.